everybody. Welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy,
And I'm here with bestie Jessica.
but I'm your bestie Jessica.
Yes, my bestie.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's
And
time for
also,
those.
don't mind my hair. This is called air drying.
So it's time for those 1 minute book recs. This is where we go over all the books we read in the past week with 1 minute synopsises for each book. And before we get started, mine I keep tucking behind my ear, so it gets this weird flippy. Anyhow, before we get started, Mandy.
Do you
What kind of
want the
housekeeping?
weird flippy?
Not necessarily, but I keep tucking it because my hairstylist says I'm a compulsive tucker. No matter what style she gives me, I always want to tuck it. Although that doesn't look good. It makes my forehead look huge. Let's not do that. No, I got a 5 head when I do that.
Really?
Get it?
You can
Get
put
it?
5 fingers there.
Actually, I
instead of
can't. Like,
4?
it's right there. So it's only 4.
Okay.
My youngest says she has a 5 head, though. That's why she has bangs. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. But before we get started, like talking about books, I'm sure you've
Well,
got
hit
stuff.
that subscribe button so you never miss out on all the fun and wonderful recommendations we have here on our channel. And also because we have our 26 books of 2026 giveaway happening. And right now it is...
The Cloister Trilogy by Celia Aaron. This is the coveted cover special edition. It'll be here soon. It's in production right now. And so I think July, end of July is when we're expecting it. End of July, beginning of August. So it'll go out then. This is a gorgeous bind up of all 3 books in the Cloister Trilogy, and it will go to 1 lucky subscriber. So just make sure that you are subscribed. And that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Subscribe.
All right. Do we want to talk about book club? When you talk about the book?
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
talk about book club when I think,
Talk about
is my head cut off?
I can't tell because the recording is over your head. So no.
Oh, okay.
Because I see I see bookshelf above your head. So we're good.
Fantastic.
Okay, so there's like a recording button for those who don't know. So let's talk about your reading week. How was yours?
It was a mixed bag.
Okay.
And I feel kind of bad because when we were talking earlier, I said I barely read anything this week, which is partially true. I got 9 in, but several of those were books that I had started last week and finished last weekend. So it felt like I hadn't read anything this week very much because of that. Okay. But when I was actually looking, I was like, oh, I read more than what I thought.
Yeah. So I only read 5 this week, which for me feels like nothing. But I had, for me personally, if you guys read 5, that's amazing. But I had people at the warehouse helping me get out overstock orders, and I couldn't just listen to books like I normally do when I'm working. So there wasn't a lot of reading. They were long days, long hot days.
Yeah, and you didn't even have time for a group chat.
No, I didn't.
That's
actually.
Hurtful.
Sorry, but I didn't. Trying to get out overstock orders, and we're not even done. Monday and Tuesday and possibly Wednesday will look exactly the same. So fun times.
I'm willing to come help.
I'm gonna see you on Thursday. I've got too many people in the warehouse as it is, so they're very helpful. It's just a lot. Yeah, you want to go to Canada? I said not with the soccer crap happening right now.
Okay, as soon as soccer crap is over, I will come help you. I will clean the warehouse. I will box up books.
It's clean. There's no boxing that needs to happen right now. Oh, but there maybe at that time there might be boxing.
Yeah. And then you will reward me with Belmont and Stephen because you are the bestest bestie in the world.
For those who don't know, I will be waiting in the car. Okay, anyhow, let's start talking about some books. You're going first.
Why, thank you. Okay, the first book that I have, I thought I had this on my shelf, but I actually have a different book by this author on my shelf. And it's Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington.
Oh, yeah.
Have you read it?
I think so. Either that or it's on my... It might be confusing it with a different one.
Yeah, I have a different... I can't remember which one. It's a different one, though. So we have Charlotte who befriends Kellen, and through a turn of events, I don't want to give anything away, she ends up talking with Tate quite a bit, who's Kellen's brother. And yeah, I was really into the book for like the first half, and then I felt like it just got really boring. And I feel like I can't really talk very much at all about the book because I don't want to give anything away. When I went into it, I went in blind, and I think that made the first half of the book a lot better for me because of that. It is a little angsty, but again, I got kind of bored at the end. Like the last half of the book, I felt kind of drug on a lot, and there were times where it could have just been faster for me. Like not faster, but like the plot just seemed to stall out for a while for me. So I rated it 3 stars. Based on the first half of the book, I was like a 4, a solid 4, and then it just drug on for me. This
I
was
think,
one of the books that I had almost finished before our week was up.
yeah, I think I read it's like My Darling Romeo or something by her as well, and I didn't like it. It was the same way. It came with a crap ton of hype, and it was just nope.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't like hype books because they're a letdown most of the time. So, all right.
Okay.
Well, the next book I have is one that was billed as a cheating romance. And so I picked this one up. This is The Nightshade's Bride, and it is by Kate Ravenscar. I saw in a review somebody said that this is Katie Landry, but I'm not 100% sure if that's correct or not. It's a different pen name for her. I don't know. Anyhow, this is a dark Gothic cheating romance. And it definitely gave me Wuthering Heights vibes. And so this is about Deliverance and Gideon. At the beginning of the book, Deliverance's father has just passed away. It is it's historical. Her father has passed away and left her with all of this debt. She thought she was going to get inheritance. She's like 23 years old. And nope, not getting inheritance. Your dad owes too much money. But her lawyer tells her, we have a distant cousin, a distant family member who is going to be your what do they call him? You're going to be his ward. He's going to take care of you. And she's like, but I'm friggin' 23. Like, what? But anyhow, so that is where Gideon shows up, or Mr. Nightshade. And he, yeah, coerces her into a marriage, takes her back home to his estate on the moors, and, you know, um, might or might not have a mistress. He cheats on her for 90% of this book. That's where that 90% came in when I was talking about this one. It wasn't that he cheated at 90%. He cheats for about 90% of this book. I loved it. I gave it a solid 4 stars. I could rate it higher possibly, but for right now it's sitting at the 4. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. There's a lot of twists and turns. It was great.
When I first started reading,
Yeah.
and we would talk books all the time, you and I both were like, we don't want to read cheating romances. We don't want to read like Marriage in Trouble. And now look at
I
us.
still don't really care to read Marriage in Trouble, but I will read cheating.
Well, I mean, I feel like cheating is marriage in trouble.
Yeah, but and that's the thing too. Some people will recommend cheating, or when I look up cheating, and it's always like she cheats, like she steps away from her husband and cheats with somebody else, kind of thing. I don't want those. I want the angst of him cheating on her and her heart
Yeah.
being ripped out. Yeah, I don't like the ones where they're stepping out and cheating on their spouse, but being cheated on, that's cool. Definitely messed up. We acknowledge that. It's the angst.
But not in real life.
Oh, Lorena Bobbitt. You know
Is
who
your
that is,
husband
right?
nearby? Is that why you're
Yes,
saying
he's
that?
right here. Yeah. He knows. He knows. His friend would be gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now that you have no deniability in a trial.
Nobody's gonna find you guilty. Look, I've said it. You break my heart, it's gone. All the women would support me. Just make sure I get a female judge
Who's recently been cheated on.
who's recently been cheated on. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So next I have a book that's been talked about quite a bit on our channel, I think. So I don't know that we need to switch over. I'll just talk about the ALC. I got the ALC, so the audio is out, and that's The Rise of Ink and Smoke by Pam Godwin. It's really impossible to say anything much about this book without giving spoilers away. So if you've not read the trilogy, Hills of Shivers and Shadows, please go read that because it's so good. And then you'll read this one.
Okay.
Okay. Audiobook is done by Anthony Palomini, Stella Hunter, and Henry Kramer.
Okay.
I love the audio is really good.
Okay.
And usually when there's like sometimes it can get confusing when there's more than one male. They did a very good job. Like the narrators sound very different. You can definitely tell who's talking and stuff. So I rated it 4 stars.
Okay. All right. So the next book I read is the one that you get to hold up for me, and we're not going to switch over because you brought it home for me last week.
Yes.
From the event. So this is Vampire King by Rowan Hart. This is about Eloise and Ambrose. So Eloise's best friend, like from childhood, high school, younger, whatever, has gone missing. She's in this world. There are vampires. We're aware that they're vampires. Cool, done deal. She has gone to the police department. They just put her friend's missing information just like on the top of this file that is a mile long. She's gone to where the friend went missing from. She's only been missing for like 12 hours. She hasn't been missing for very long, but her purse and all of her cell phone and stuff are found in a dumpster, and she's afraid that a vampire has gotten her. She's afraid like it's a bad thing. So she decides to go and see not Rowan. What did I say his name was? Ambrose. He is like the king. They call him the king of vampires. He runs a nightclub. He runs a lot in the city. She goes to him to try to get him to help her find her friend. He is intrigued by her blood. His latest blood donator person let somebody else, another vampire, drink on her, and so her blood doesn't taste the same. He can tell this girl has pure blood. He decides he wants her. He wants her as a blood donor for 6 months to help her. She whittles it down to 3, and she will be his only blood giver during that time while he's looking for the friend. It had the bones. I got bored in certain spots. Some things worked, some things didn't. I gave it 3 stars. I feel bad because it was somebody from the event, and it wasn't for me. It didn't work. It had the bones. It just, I don't know, it got boring. It sounds right up my alley. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Might work for somebody else though.
Yes. Last week I went to Hardcovers bookstore in Seattle to see Corinne Michaels on her book tour. And so it really shouldn't be a long drive for me. It should just be about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. But I have to drive all the way through Seattle from the south to the north. And that takes forever. And the World Cup was adding to traffic and all of that fun
And they're
stuff.
still doing
Although I feel like
construction.
Seattle traffic is the same regardless. Like you can say
Always.
other things are happening, but it's always the same going through there.
Yep.
So I don't know how people live there.
Me either. Yeah. Luckily for me, Hardcovers is on my side of Seattle where I don't have to actually go to Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I listened to Corinne Michaels. I finished an entire book on that's not true. I had 4 minutes left when I pulled into my driveway on my way home. So
did you just sit in the car and listen?
What?
Did you sit in the car and listen?
I didn't because why didn't I? I came in and then I finished it. Like I had I probably had to go to the bathroom.
Probably. Truth. Yeah. Okay.
Just that. I mean, that's me.
That's
fun
me
on road trips.
Yeah, we're a blast on road trips. We visit all the rest stops. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Broken Dreams by Corinne Michaels. This is Grady. Oh, it's number 2 in the Whitlock family series. So this is Grady and Addison. They are both widows. They both have 3-year-olds. So you might know Addison if you read Help Me Remember from that story. Anyway, So they have meddling family and friends that are trying to set them up. And Grady's sister is like hardcore trying to set him up. And he's just adamant he's not interested in that. But Addison is. So she keeps putting herself out there and going on these horrific dates. And Grady is trying to get a business deal done so he can get this plane and for his business and things like that. And he keeps running into the problem that the investors are all looking for like a family guy. And so he decides to talk to Addison and be like, hey, why don't we date, like fake date, and get our family and friends like off our back, and this will help me, it'll help you, like all of this. So they agreed to do that. We all know how fake dating goes. So I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. Um, and this was one of the, when we did that series, We Need to Finish, I think we did that like back in December. This was the book that I had to finish the Whitlock family series. So go me.
Yeah, go you. All right. Okay, well, a book I've had on my TBR for a while, and I'm so excited that it got audio this past week. So I downloaded, I think it was this past week, so I downloaded and listened to it this week, is One Flew Over the Omega's Nest, and that is by Jessica Winters. This is a darker-ish, I would call it grayish, Omegaverse. It's set in an asylum with our very first Omega serial unaliver. And so this is about Jo. She is that serial unaliver, and she is trying to figure out what happened to her sister. Her father gave her sister, which they're at the age of 18, like right when they turned a couple days after they turned 18, they were planning to run away from their abusive father. When he sold her sister off to a pack, because her sister was the more compliant one. And so he sold her off to a pack. And well, because of that, Jo's been trying to find her for the last like 5 years, and she's kind of gone a little nuts, and she's killed like 14 alphas, and that is just not done. And she has reasons. We find out her reasons. We know what's happening there. It's not that she's just crazy, but she's pretending to be a little crazy, because then she gets thrown into this asylum that is full of Omegas. Well, they don't, she's the only Omega. It's full of alphas and betas, and they're actually experimenting on them. They're giving them drugs to try and suppress like their sense and their dynamics and what they do, how they feel. And so this leads to so much more happening in the asylum. It is white shoes. There are a couple of people, I guess it's reverse harem, because none of the guys have a relationship with each other. But anyhow, yeah, I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. The other books are out, but audio isn't out for them, and I'm gonna wait for the audio just because I think they're longer. And I really enjoyed this. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger. I need to know what happens with the rest. I think it's a trilogy, if I remember right. So there's like just twists and turns and things.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Okay. So next, I also got a book from Rowan Hart. I got Lethal Devotion. And this is about, I invented a new word, a vampire assassinator.
Yes.
And I had Jessica completely convinced that the author had come up with that, and that's what she termed it. And then I had to correct you in knowing that that was not true. Like I made that up. But anyway, so
before I went on a downward spiral as to correct grammar and authors and editors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So vampire assassin. And he's been in the biz for like 150 years, and he is hired to take out Madison. Madison is a cop who is trying really hard to bring down this wolf pack gang. And he's hired to take her out because she can identify the guy, the head of it, who shot her partner and someone else. And they know this, so they hire him. So he inserts himself gets himself like into her life by being hired as her bodyguard, which makes it then easier for him to set the stage to take her out. And then on the back, it says that she is like where did it say that? It says that, yeah. So, but Detective Madison Fletcher is my fated mate. So Jessica's taught me that fated mates basically means like you have no control over this, and it's pretty instant. It's like insta love in the paranormal or omega world. Like, you can't control how you feel, and it's not something that gradually comes on. It's like instant. And so
Typically,
I anticipated that he's hired to kill her, and then he's going to be like, oh shit.
because that's how it should be.
And it and then like there's going to be this big struggle, like, he's going to not want to kill her, so then he's going to want to protect her, or something, you know what I mean? But instead it's very gradual. Like, he's around her for like a while, and like he'll be like, feel like there's something there, and they almost kiss and like stuff like that. But it's not the fated mate thing until much later, when he's like, oh, she must be my fated mate, which just really threw me. And then I found like I had to reframe my thinking for what this book was going to be. Like, it didn't, how sometimes you read a book and it takes you in a different direction, and you're like, oh, okay, this is the way we're going, and you're totally on board. I had a really hard time getting on board with this being in a different direction, because I was expecting it to be angstier and that sort of thing. So I liked parts of it, but like you said with yours, I got kind of bored in a few spots. So I rated it 3 stars. And maybe if somebody went into it with that different frame of mind, they would be able to enjoy it more. I just went into it with a different understanding of what the story was going to be, based on it being fated mates.
Yeah, I would have been disappointed too. So, gotcha. All right. Well, let's talk about my next book that wasn't a disappointment.
Ooh, yes,
Okay,
let's.
okay. So audio came out this past week. Shockingly, Lilith Vincent did a little droppy drop and didn't tell us she was doing a drop of audio, which got me all excited. So I downloaded Forbidden Vow by Lilith Vincent. Now, this is the second book in the Ruthless Arrangement series, and book 1 doesn't have audio yet. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I've been checking for it. Hopefully it means we'll get it soon. But these are standalones in the same world. So I hadn't read the first one yet, so I was totally fine with this one. This is about Lucy and Damiano. So Lucy is 10 when she meets Damiano outside of a meth lab situation. His dad and is in there getting drugs. Something really big happens. The two end up. He's also got a little sister who doesn't survive the situation in the beginning, and so he and her are in the hospital after some stuff happens. And she's been abandoned by her mom. She doesn't know what happened to her mom. Like, her mom just drove off and left her at the meth lab for 2 days before Damiano and his sister got there. So they are in the hospital recovering when social workers come in. And so he's like 2 years older than her. And they have, like, he feels very protective of her. And so they kind of look somewhat similar, except for he has dark hair, dark curls. She has blonde curls. And he tells the social worker that this is his sister. And then when it comes time for him to be adopted, he insists that he will not be adopted without his little sister. And so he and Lucy are adopted by a family. It is a Mafia family, and they need an heir. And so Damiano is raised as the new head of the Mafia, but he and Lucy have an attraction to each other, and they have their whole lives. And they have to, like, keep up the pretense that she is his sister, because otherwise the Mafia Don, who is the father, would get rid of her in one way or another. But what happens when they get caught together? Like, what happens when all the, like, shit hits the fan? Okay, shit hits the fan. Loved it. It was great. 4 stars.
I need to read this.
The audio was really good. So yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I saw you're in the middle of another Lilith right now.
I just finished a
Did you
Lilith
finish?
Vincent,
Are
so
you
it's
gonna?
funny that we both read Lilith Vincent
Yeah.
this
So
week.
next week it'll be on your thing, right? Or this week?
Oh no, I finished it.
Okay,
Like,
good.
it
Okay.
is on today's.
Woo. Okay.
Like,
Cool.
I finished. Well, I finished it last night, but I was listening to it before I went to bed, and I fell asleep for like the last like 10 minutes. So
I
I
don't know how you did that. I
finished
can't do that.
those 10 minutes this morning, but I counted
Yeah,
it
it
for this
counts.
week.
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So while I was at the Corinne Michaels hardcovers book tour. Lauren Blakely was there. So it was in conversation with Lauren Blakely. And so Lauren was talking about her latest release, and she was talking about how the heroine gets dumped on the Jumbotron at a
Oh,
hockey game.
cool.
And that just really piqued my interest. So I went ahead and bought it and devoured it.
Okay.
So that was Just Playing for Keeps by Lauren Blakely. So in this, we have, oh, trying to set my timer and it went to the wrong page. Okay. So in this, we have Remy. And so Remy, she sets dates up for people for a living, and she's like a planner like that. And so she believes that her boyfriend of almost a year is going to propose to her when they go to the hockey game. So she puts things in motion behind the scenes, like because she works there at the hockey rink with the team. So she puts things in motion. So they know to like be watching for the proposal, and somebody's going to bring champagne and all of this. So what ends up happening though is he proposes a conscious uncoupling, which then he then launches into this long like let's be friends spiel that everyone is seeing. And Lake is one of the players, and he's out on the ice and he sees this. So he is normally your grumpy dude, and he decides to do something to get the attention off of her because he feels bad, because she is his teammate's little sister. And I think maybe it's a like friend, best friend type situation, but that's like really not the point of the story. And so he feels horrible. And the two of them end up deciding to fake date through, because her sister is getting married and the best man is the guy that just broke up with her. So they agree to fake date through this wedding thing so she doesn't have to keep feasting him alone. And then he has some reasons he wants to do this as well. So I really, really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. So if you like um, those types of like hockey romances, like Lauren Blakely writes very spicy, and she has a lot of humor in her books as well. So if you like that type of hockey, you should really check out Lauren Blakely's stuff.
Okay. So last night, as I was winding down for the night, and I had some things I physically needed to read, but I didn't want to. I wanted to listen. And I noticed that now on Audible, at least on the Audible app on my phone, it will show me my favorite rereads, like the things I've reread the most, which then just got me feeling like I needed to do a reread of something. And so one of the suggestions, I mean, like that is my kryptonite. One of the suggestions was part of JV Bagley's Last Writer series. And so I picked up
Oh
Viper's Run,
God.
which is book number 2. I love this one. This is book number 2 in the series. I feel like the series has to be in read in order. This book, I think, is probably one of the only ones you can possibly pick up and still know where you're at, like, and not get too lost and then go back to number 1. But I wouldn't say that about any of the other ones. So Viper's Run, this is about Winter. She is the principal of the school in this very small town. She and Viper, or who she knew as Loker. So Viper's the president of the Last Riders, and she's always known him as Loker James. She didn't even realize he was a part of the Last Vipers, the Last Riders. He's kept that from her while he was looking for the murderer of his brother, and so she's been dating him for like 2 years and didn't know who he really was. And now it has come to light who he is in a very twisted way. Like it really breaks her heart. And she's devastated by it because he's never had sex with her, even though she's thrown herself at him, and she doesn't know why. Well, some things happen at the school, some drama goes down. She actually ends up getting beaten up in the middle of the night after school one night and left for dead in the parking lot. And that is when Viper steps in and is like, look, I screwed up. This girl is mine. So she's in a wheelchair. She can't walk. Her spine gets broken. She eventually can walk, but like for now, she's recovering from all of that. And so he basically kidnaps her and forces her to stay in this compound in a nice way, but he does. So I do love my Last Riders. I wish she'd write more in that world and not keep writing in this alien world that is not in. I read the first book. I haven't read the other ones in her alien world, and I just don't care. I want more Last Riders.
Yeah. And when you say in a nice way, it's not like how we talk about like the mass stalkers who kidnap the women for their own good. Like it's different than that. I just want to point out.
Yeah, it's definitely for her own good. Like she can't take care of herself, and at
Yeah.
least at the and he provides like
She's being
the
kind of
equipment.
stubborn and he's
Yeah, she'd
like
be
not
yes,
going to
yeah,
tolerate it.
yeah, and
No,
he
I'm going
like
to take care of you.
yeah, he
Yeah.
sets up like everything she needs for her recovery, and he's got people around that can lift her and move her, and what and like nurses there and stuff, and she just is being a brat because she doesn't want him to take care of her, but she
Yeah.
doesn't have anybody else. So yeah, in a nice way. Yeah. So okay, it's all you, boo.
Okay. I want to tell you, I saw this. Okay, it's off campus related, but I'm going to circle back and relate it to you. So just listen.
Oh,
Okay,
of
I
course,
saw
this is
this
how we do
reel.
things now. We try to relate off campus to
No,
everything,
no,
right?
just listen. I saw this reel where these two people are going on this long flight, and the lady's like, "What are you gonna watch?" And she's like, "Off campus." And she's like, "But it's not on here." And she's like, "I know, I have it memorized." And she like closes her eyes and puts her pillow up. And when you were talking about this, I'm like, at what point do you like have these books? Like, you have reread this series so much. Do you have it memorized?
I know what's happening, and you know what? I'm not mad about it. I don't care. It's total enjoyment because I can just listen to it and like play a game on my phone. I still pause it if I need to do something where I don't feel like I can focus. But I just it's they're comforts for a reason. It's like watching
Mhm.
your same movie. It
Yeah.
is like watching Singles for you.
I haven't watched Singles in so long.
I haven't watched Singles since we were in high school.
Yeah, I probably haven't watched this since like my early 20s. It's been a really long time. I think I have it on VHS. I don't think I even have a way to watch it anymore.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can stream it, but I mean, for me, it's
Probably.
like watching Pride and Prejudice over and over again, or something, or
Friends.
Jane Eyre, or Friends, yeah, or
Friends can be playing and it
North
can
and
just be
South.
and
Oh, Richard Armitage and North and South. I can watch that over and over again every day, all day,
mhm.
and of Green Gables too.
Friends can be playing though, like I can turn it on and it can be in the middle of an episode and I can just start from there.
Yeah, yeah. When we were young, did you watch Anne of Green Gables on PBS when it would come
When we
on?
were young,
Yeah, when we were young.
when we were young, because we're so old now.
No, I mean like when we were
Um,
little kids.
I don't remember ever watching it, but I read the book and I loved it.
I remember it would come on like a couple of times a year on PBS. It was like when they were trying to raise money for PBS, and you could watch Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea and whatever, and it would consume me to the point where when I was in my early 20s and I was living in Alaska, I bought them all on VHS pre DVD. It was when DVDs were just starting to come out because then I got them on DVD too. Anyhow, and that like on my days off, that's what I would do. I would binge. I
Yeah.
didn't have a life.
I loved the book though so much.
Yeah. So, okay.
I tried to get my son to name his go Avonlea.
He wouldn't do it, huh?
He tried, but he kept forgetting what her name was. And then we decided she's kind of sassy. So we decided Piper was a better fit.
Definitely a better fit.
After like the fifth time of him going, what did we say her name was? I'm like Avonlea, but I'm like, honestly, I think Avonlea's the name for like a sweet loving goat. And
Sweet.
not that
Yes.
Piper's not, but Piper's kind of sassy.
Yeah. Yeah. Piper's definitely sassy. So, okay.
Okay, so next, we don't have to switch over for this. I read Shadows of Sparta by C.R. Jane. This is our book club book. So we have a little bit of an announcement. I'm going to post about this. So I'm assuming the post would be up before this goes, before you guys see this. But if you haven't seen the post, we are switching our June book club to July 17th at 6 p.m. on our channel. So that's our normal Friday time. We couldn't do Friday in June because of our schedules, but we will be doing this in July. Those of you who pre-ordered, I sent you all an email, so hopefully you've seen that we are switching it because there was a delay in the bookmarks and some things for the book club package, so that those are just now getting sent out. And so I wanted enough time to get those in the mail to everybody. So because that was kind of part of the fun of why we picked this. So we're just going to delay it to July 17th. So
Yep.
if you haven't had a chance to read it, it is on audio as well. So go read it or listen to it and join us July 17th for book club. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yay. Next.
Okay, next I got the ALC for Promise Me This by Jennifer Sukovic. I
Suckovic.
tried really, huh?
Is it Suckovic?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's Suka or Suka.
Okay.
It's not Suka. Like I've been saying for many times, because I
Huh.
listened to the audio and I really tried hard to memorize it, and I think it was
Okay.
Sukovic.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, so this is about Kia and Lakin, and this is not his baby, which I love this trope. I don't know why, but this trope has really been doing it for me lately. So Lakin is a single dad to Elodie. She's a little girl. The mom left them, but his her parents are trying to get custody, citing like the fact that he has this demanding work schedule of being a pro hockey player and he's gone and all of this. And so he has a nanny. His nanny quits unexpectedly. She has a family emergency, and so he's like desperate to find somebody who can be a stable person because he's really trying hard to show to the courts that he is providing a very stable life for her. And Kia, who is one of his teammates' sisters, has kind of taken to Elodie, and so he asks her if she would do it. Well, here's the thing. Kia is pregnant. She hasn't told anybody except for one person, and her ex is being like a real jerk about the baby and stuff, and it's just causing a lot of stress for her about like how to handle him, and like just she's got a lot going on and she's a little lost. And so she ends up helping him with being like the nanny for his daughter. And oh, I love this one so much. I rated it 5 stars. It's narrated by J.F. Harding and Savannah Peachwood, and it comes out in audio and in the book on June 25th. So
Okay.
loved it.
Okay.
Me again?
Yeah.
Okay. So next I listened to Soft Tissue Damage by Lilith Vincent. Jessica had me at Boyfriend's Dad. And apparently, Boyfriend's Dad in the breeding was all that I listened to because some stuff happened in here. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. So this is not just Boyfriend's Dad and breeding. It is what we would classify as a dark romance. He has some extracurricular hobbies. Believe it at that. So Elena is living with her 2 aunts. I don't believe they're biological aunts. They're just like the people who've raised her, but they refer to themselves as aunts. And they're just horrible people. And they've been really mean to Elena. And they are forcing her to pay them back for raising her because it will help build good character. And then they will reward her by telling her who her biological mom is. And that's all she wants. But she is like strapped so thin doing all of this. And Cullen is really kind of disappointed in how his son is treating Elena, and he finds himself really attracted to her. He has a little girl that he has sole custody of, and he is also in need of a nanny. So he manipulates some things so Elena will want to come work for him. 4 stars. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
I
Good to know.
apparently really only heard Boyfriend's Dad and breeding. I wrote myself a post-it note like I need to read this, and apparently I missed some other stuff.
Obviously.
That
Yeah,
was a
because I
turn
talked
I
about
did
that other
not
stuff.
see coming.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Was
Okay,
that?
and then I can be really quick with this. So
Okay.
this is from Marie Tuhart. She was at Hot and Steamy, so she gave me a copy of this, and I have one for you to bring to you as well. This is Dominic's Salvation, and this is it's the Sinfully Irresistible Book Point 5, and it is setting up her mafia world where I think they're trying to like get out of the mafia is what's happening. So that's kind of what's happening in here. And he kidnaps somebody for their own good, not once, but twice. And do you see how thick this is? Twice,
Yeah.
twice.
Okay. Whatever
So
floats his boat.
I enjoyed it. It's hard to rate a novella that is setting up a series when, like, I feel like when you haven't read the series yet. So I would rate it 4 stars right now. It is told in third person, which I struggle a little bit with, but it did intrigue me
Okay.
for the series.
All right.
Okay,
Is
I
that
think
it?
that's everything. So make
Okay.
sure you mark your calendars for
17.
Shadows of Sparta Book Club for July 17th And make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Wednesdays, but probably not this Wednesday because this is a traveling week for Jessica and I. But the following Wednesdays, I know we'll have stuff out because we have a Brave video coming, and we'll also be doing a book haul from Spicy Reads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're doing something really fun at Spicy Reads that we'll be sharing with you guys as well. I'm very excited for that.
I'm worried about my crafting skills, but yes, very excited.
I'm still in shock that you wanted to do it. I didn't think you would.
I love diamond art. I do diamond art all the time. I need a guide.
I know, but I just really felt like you would be like, I don't want to do that shit to my books.
Well, I already own that book. So this is a second copy.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference is the second copy. Because if it was, I would not do it to any of my original books. Yeah. Because, yeah, I already own the book that I picked too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. This might start a new obsession. Who knows? So
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. But then my husband's going to get a little annoyed that I have double copies of books when little does he know there's some books that I have like triple and quadruple copies of. It just kind of depends. And the covers are all different, but it just depends. And
I have a lot of double copies of some stuff too.
I try to clean off my shelves. Like all of these, I didn't keep my originals because why would I at this point? But I lie.
I have my original of 9 Minutes because she signed it.
I have my original 9 Minutes, and I have my original of The Wild and the Free. I have my original Devil of Dublin too.
Yeah, I have my original of Devil of Dublin because she signed it. I have my original of Wild and the Free.
Everything else I got rid of my originals.
Because that's signed.
I have my originals of Grace McGinty's too. Because they're signed. But anyhow,
yeah,
so I'm lying. I take it back.
Yeah.
Some of them I did though. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow, let's wrap this up. You wrapped your part up. My turn. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.